Okay guys, so welcome back. Now a question I get asked all the time is, why does my back still hurt me 6 months, 12 months, years later when the original injury that hurt my back is healed? Okay, now this is a really hotly debated topic all across the world, with many different people having a lot of different opinion. I'm going to break this down in a couple of minutes, so I will be omitting some details, but I'm going to try and make it as simple as possible in a few minutes, so hopefully more people can understand. So, you hurt your back today, okay? You do something and you damage tissue. So you hurt tissues, you stretch tissues, and there's a reason that those tissues then are sending pain to the brain, or there's inflammation and that area is hurt, okay? So your brain then feels that it's hurt, like when you bang your finger, when you knock your knee, when you turn your ankle. It hurts because tissues have been moved or stretched or damaged in a way that isn't normal, and you hurt because of it, okay? That is a normal process, and that's there to protect us. That happens over time, and then your brain gets used to feeling, oh, my low back hurts. Yeah, it's hurting, okay. And then just say we don't move as much, and then we don't move as much, and then we get used to that pain being there. And then weeks turn into more weeks, turn into a couple of months. And then you're just used to feeling, oh yeah, my low back hurts. I know I don't bend down to pick up the shopping bags like I used to because my back hurts. I don't go to the gym now really because my back's hurting and I'm waiting for it to stop hurting. And so on and so forth. These are just examples. But you then get accustomed to that back hurting, and your brain gets programmed thinking, oh yeah, that low back's still hurting. And because you're not moving, those signals get almost amplified, and your brain gets sensitized, and it gets used to that area just hurting all the time. You're then stuck in a bit of a negative cycle, where the original injury that you may have done to the muscles or joints in your back have actually healed, and they're not there anymore. So the initial thing that was hurting you may have healed, but because your brain is such a clever and complicated, I think we need to underline that, complicated and fascinating machine, it still perceives that low back as hurting you. Now, we've developed as humans over a long time, and evolution has got us to this point. Now, these processes are there to protect us. So what your brain doesn't want you to do is hurt your low back. For example, your low back, it could be any part of your body. We're just talking about the low back here. And then continue to use it too much when the tissues are still damaged and inflamed, because that could make the injury worse and therefore cause more pain and actually more problems for our body down the line. Now, this almost sensitization, overexcitement of our brain to feel that pain isn't ideal. And the brain can get stuck in almost a loop, as we said, a negative cycle, where it can't then forget that pain, okay? The way I describe it, analogies are good. There's going to be some flaws in the analogy, but the way I think of it is, your low back hurts is like having a shop having a break-in, okay? Something's happened, we're aware of it, we don't like it. So then the shop owner puts more security guards on the shop to protect against further break-ins, okay? That's what we do with our back. It hurts, we feel it hurts, we don't move it as much, we don't do the things we should do or normally do because our back's hurting, because the shop's had a break-in. Then time may pass and there may not be an increased risk of further break-ins, but you've still got those security guards on the shop door to protect against a further break-in. And that's what our brain is doing. It's protecting us or trying to protect us, but in actual fact, it's just sensitized to feeling pain, and then that pain perception just becomes the norm, even when the tissue damage is healed. Okay, and I hope that makes it a little bit clearer for you. There's a lot of ifs and buts with what I've just discussed, and we're going to go into those a lot in the coming months. So there's a lot more layers to what I discussed, but that's just a little intro of why you can feel pain long after tissue damage is actually gone.